Hello and welcome everyone back to the Gaming News channel. So, in today's episode, I will be talking about graphics versus gameplay. And some of the examples I'll use is Evolve, Destiny, The Order 1886, and so on. So, starting with The Order 1886, the graphics are beautiful, amazing, no one can deny that. But the gameplay is terrible. Alright? I'll give you an example here. The bosses are recycled and reused over and over again. And not only that, the storyline is crap. Alright? The storyline, the voice acting is crap. The gunplay is terrible. No, I didn't like the gunplay at all. Not only that, they had frickin' guys built like tanks in this game. That makes your weapon like a little pea shooter. And not only that, your companion, that's your NPC companion that comes with you, she doesn't even shoot at them either. She just stands there and watches you die. She lets you kill everyone. And what is that companion there for? I mean, seriously, what's the point of it? They're not going to do anything. Why bother having them? And I just can't say enough about it. Because let's put it this way. If they downgraded the graphics and The Order 1886, and they spent some more money on the storyline, the voice acting, and mechanics, it would turn out to be a great game, I'm sure. But here you have a game for $60+ when it released. You have beautiful graphics, but terrible story, NPCs, voice acting, gunplay, bosses, etc., etc. And only is 4 hours long. 4 to 6 hours long. This game, right here. $60. 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's a problem. That is a major problem. This coincides what Destiny and Evolve did. Now, Destiny, again, like The Order 1886, is a beautiful game. No one can deny that. But recycling the same bosses and recycling the same enemy types and only getting subpar gear, or not even that, you'll scavenge gear that you already have, or worse. I played Destiny when it first launched, and I hated it. I forced myself through it, and I regret doing it, because in the end, I open up my game case. And lo and behold, I see a season pass. And what it said on there is included in a season pass for the expansions. I'm like, really? You have a $500 million budget. And you put... Now, the fanboys will say, oh, well, it's for the expansions as well. But that's no excuse, alright? For how hyped up Destiny was, and I was even excited for it. How hyped up it was. It's like, really? For what I got for my $60, $64, what I got was nothing. And that doesn't even include the price of the season pass. And it's like, okay. Now, so what you have is, excuse me, what you have is a company here that sacrificed the gameplay for the graphics. I'll get to the expansions and everything and all those problems in the next video where I'll talk about what the gaming industry is doing and how we can stop it, type deal. Now, anyway, moving on. So the graphics were amazing, gameplay was terrible, voice acting was terrible. Peter Dinklage was in Destiny as a character, as a floating robot thing. And when I heard that Peter Dinklage was going to be in the game, I was like, yeah. I mean, it's Peter Dinklage. He plays Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones, and I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. I was like, okay, this could be awesome. But instead of a well thought out script for any of the characters, really, it's like when I heard him talk at first, it's like, okay, he doesn't seem enthusiastic about saying his lines. He doesn't say it with passion. He doesn't give any passion through his lines. Now, I don't know if it was because whatever they gave him was unworkable. I don't know. But it's like, come on, you guys. You reuse the same bosses, just like the Order 1886. But you have beautiful graphics. Just terrible. I understand everyone wants graphics, but you should also want a great storyline, great characters, memorable characters at that. Alright? Memorable characters. And new bosses. I understand, Destiny is a online game, whatever, I understand that. But at least make the bosses more interesting. Alright? But going through the same old repetition, just like the Order 1886 with their bosses, it's pretty much all for both games. What I found is just a grind fest. The Order 1886 may not be online, but for me, just beating the same boss over and over again is, my opinion, is a grind fest right there. But the biggest disappointment I found was Evolve. Again, great graphics. And not only that, now let me get this straight here. Each of these games here has great concepts. I mean, wonderful ideas. But the execution of it is terrible. Again, you have the graphics versus the gameplay. You have beautiful graphics, but without spending money on the gameplay or mechanics, what do you have? An empty shell of a game. It's terrible, Now, when I spend $60 on the game, I would like, good graphics, okay? Some good graphics, but I also want a great storyline. It doesn't have to be amazing. It could be good, just enough to keep me interested in the game. Now, take Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, for example. They had possibly the worst graphics that some people would say, but the gameplay itself is amazing. I loved the gameplay for those games. I played Fallout 4. I love the graphics. I love the gameplay. No, I love seeing the Deathclaws. I love seeing the storyline, the character interactions. I love the building the settlement thing where you're able to build up a settlement, put some walls up and rebuild. Now that's a mechanic I love, is rebuilding. And the graphics are okay. No, they have decent graphics in my opinion. But if they had sacrificed gameplay for the graphics, it would be another completely other story. The people who care more about the graphics would say, oh, it's a wonderful game. But for the people that care more about the gameplay rather than the graphics will say it's terrible. Just terrible. Now, I would probably never buy a Fallout game ever again if they sacrificed gameplay for the graphics. I just wouldn't do it. Now, plus, it's open world too. Now, it doesn't have to have amazing graphics for people to be interested in it. As long as it has decent graphics and decent gameplay and a storyline that keeps you interested in the game itself, then sure, no problem. I would play that if it interests me. No, it's an ongoing thing with companies and the fan base where some of the people in each fan base, like the Fallout fan base, Elder Scrolls fan base, etc., they're saying, some of them are saying, give me more graphics, less gameplay. And don't be surprised when the company, it's like Bethesda, or in this case 2K for Evolve, don't be surprised if they listen to you, because they will be more than happy to say, forget about the gameplay, we'll just focus on the graphics and our job will be done. Now, it may not seem much to you or to them, but for you, you're the actual ones playing the game. Your feedback is important. So, anyway, guys, that's my rant for the graphics and gameplay. Graphics is not everything. It's not. What matters is the gameplay. You could have the most beautiful game out there, just like the Order 1886, but it could play like crap. Or you could have decent graphics and a decent gameplay, or even that you could downgrade the graphics a little and add more money to the gameplay to keep it interesting, to keep you involved in the game. Because that's what matters. I don't want a game like the Order 1886 where I'll spend $60 on and get 4 to 6 hours of gameplay because they spend most of their money on graphics. That's not okay. Alright? So, anyway guys, that will do it for today. I will be coming out with a video at some point, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, about what the gaming companies are doing in terms of ripping pieces and chunks out of video games and then selling it to us in pieces. Now that itself, ooh boy, that in itself will probably cause me to go into an angry rant, because I'm tired of that part as well. But anyway guys, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time.